Welcome to the Muslim Viewpoint, a video podcast powered by American Muslim Today, the national non-profit media platform, and I'm your host, Rifat Malik. Today we are tackling a monumental moment in Canadian politics, the resignation of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as leader of the Liberal Party, a decision that comes amid declining popularity, mounting internal pressures, and a shifting political landscape. And also, let's take a look at what it means for Canadian Muslims and other communities nationwide. Justin Trudeau, the charismatic leader who once enjoyed over 60% approval ratings, has announced his resignation as Liberal Party leader after 9 years in office. Here's what he said from his Rideau Cottage residence. I intend to resign as party leader as Prime Minister after the party selects its next leader through a robust nationwide competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I am having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in the election. Strong words signaling the end of an era, but what brought us here? Trudeau's resignation is the culmination of declining poll numbers, dissatisfaction within his own party, and significant challenges on the national stage. Trudeau's leadership faced turbulent waters, from navigating Canada's response to Donald Trump's tariff threats to managing an internal row that saw Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland resign in mid-December, citing differences on key issues. Freeland's resignation was especially poignant as she warned against costly political gimmicks in her resignation letter. Additionally, Trudeau acknowledged his regret over failing to reform Canada's electoral system, a significant promise unfulfilled. Canada's Parliament has now been prorogued, a temporary suspension until March the 24th, while the Liberal Party searches for a new leader. With the general election looming in October, the stakes couldn't be higher. So what has Trudeau's relationship with the Canadian Muslim community been like? In a word, complex. On the one hand, his government made strides in tackling Islamophobia, including appointing the first special representative on the matter in 2023, as he stated during Canada's International Day to Combat Islamophobia. Sadly, Islamophobia is a lived experience for many Canadians. That's why we appointed the first special representative on combating Islamophobia. We are ensuring Canadians of all faiths can freely and safely practice their religion. But critics like the activist group Canadians United Against Hate argue otherwise. Farid Khan, the group's founder, accused the government of failing to act on Quebec's controversial secularism laws, which bans public workers from wearing religious symbols, disproportionately affecting Muslims. And then there's the government's stance on international issues like the ongoing conflict in Gaza, with Trudeau offering Israel military unqualified support. Many Canadian Muslims feel their voices haven't been heard on this humanitarian crisis. But it wasn't always so. In 2013, nearly 2 years before he was elected, a video went viral of Trudeau joining Muslim worshippers for evening prayers during Ramadan. The month after his election victory in 2015, Trudeau assured Muslim Canadians that the authorities will work hard to find those responsible for setting fire to the Masjid al-Salam mosque in Ontario following the terrorist attacks in Paris. In November that year, Trudeau helped welcome Mariam Monsef as Canada's first ever Muslim federal cabinet minister. Monsef's appointment came alongside the election of 9 other Canadian Muslim MPs, the largest number in Canadian history. In a groundbreaking move, Trudeau's government announced plans to introduce halal mortgages in April 2024. This initiative aims to address a major gap for Canadian Muslims, allowing them to purchase homes while adhering to Islamic principles prohibiting interest. Trudeau himself championed the program, saying, "Canada is a country that celebrates diversity and inclusion. This new halal mortgage program is a testament to our commitment to fostering an inclusive society where everyone has equal access to opportunities." This initiative was seen as a nod to Canada's commitment to diversity, but also a reminder of the long road ahead in ensuring equitable treatment for all communities. In terms of Muslim support for Trudeau's party, the Liberals face a daunting task. Polls show them trailing the opposition significantly, and recent data reveals that their support among Canadian Muslims has dropped to 31%, behind the NDP's 41%. a far cry from their appeal to Muslim voters when he was first elected. They helped power Prime Minister Trudeau to a majority government. But recent tensions were brought on by the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza, and the resulting humanitarian crisis has changed the political landscape. Trudeau positioned himself and the Liberals as the antithesis to Harper and the Conservatives' barbaric cultural practices hotline and the controversial C-51 anti-terror legislation, both Conservative government policies which were unpopular among Canadian Muslims. Trudeau's resignation marks a pivotal moment in Canadian politics. Whether his successor can regain trust and lead the party to victory in October remains unlikely, as the party are trailing in the polls and Trudeau is seen as a lame duck Prime Minister. Well, as we end today's episode, thank you for joining me on Muslim Viewpoint. If you value our public service journalism, please support American Muslim Today, a 501c3 nonprofit, by following us on social media at American Muslim Today